When I looked at Surfshark a few years ago, it had a long way to go, especially compared to every other VPN on the market, and there are a lot of them. At the time, NordVPN was better, it still is, I still recommend it. Yet, it's a bit more complicated than it was a few years ago, and Surfshark is probably more of a rising star than you'd think. It's even surpassed Nord in a way or two. I'll get to that in a little bit. I want to give you the speed numbers, the server numbers, and help you decide if there's a better alternative. And whichever VPN you think suits you best after watching this video, just know that the links in the video description will help support this channel, at no cost to you. Those will get you the best discount, they'll bring you right to the VPN that you want, and they'll allow me to keep researching these VPNs so that you don't ever have to touch them. And trust me, you don't want to touch some of these things. To start out, let's give you a quick rundown of the pros and cons. Who should buy Surfshark? Who shouldn't buy Surfshark? Who should run away screaming? Well, the good news is that few people should run away screaming unless they're afraid of aquatic-themed branding, which there are some of us out there. It affects more of us than you think. Yet, despite the terror, the pros mostly outweigh the cons here. The first is that if you go with the 2-year option, it's one of the cheapest VPNs out there, and certainly one of the best VPNs for your dollar. And second, you get unlimited device connections, so you can hook up your whole house if you want. And of course, you can choose servers from over 100 countries. That's pretty nice. You can get additional add-ons and features to keep your privacy even more safe. More on those in a bit. And regarding privacy, I think you're safe in their hands. They've never had a data breach. They regularly audit, and its servers are RAM-based. That's exactly what I need. Yet, no VPN is perfect, and yes, Surfshark is a VPN. So here are the cons. While it's quite cheap on a yearly, or especially a 2-year basis, it's one of the most expensive VPNs with a monthly plan. It comes in at about $15. And next, getting it set up on a router is a bit of a mess. NordVPN or ExpressVPN would be better for that. Next is that it does better on Android than it does on iPhone. It has an app for both devices, but honestly, it really works more intuitively on Android. And finally, it's under the Nine Eyes jurisdiction, being based in the Netherlands. This won't matter to most of us, but if it matters to you, then it matters to you. So that's the overview. Let's go over the finer details of Surfshark. Let's start out with what you'll be looking at each day. First off, it's intuitive, and it provides a schooling list for you to work with. You get a list of recently used servers, and a list of available countries, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't overcomplicate things, and you can make a favorites list for those of you who like to frequently connect to the same regions. Now, if you don't care about specific regions, then you'll get a note about the fastest server available when you log in. Now, some of you may prefer a different app's setup, but for me this works just fine, it gets the job done, and it doesn't overcomplicate things. Now, starting out, I mentioned that Surfshark is in a Nine Eyes country, and this is true. For certain people in certain countries, this is going to be a deal breaker. If you're a journalist who needs to keep safe, try a different VPN. However, for most people it's perfectly private, and Surfshark's other benefits are more important to consider. Remember, it hasn't been breached, it's audited frequently, and it's used RAM-based servers for about 4 years now. Furthermore, it has a camouflage mode to hide the fact that you're using a VPN and give you even more privacy. What about your favorite shows from around the world, wherever you might be? When I tested it, it did a great job, unblocking content in plenty of countries. In fact, I'd say it's one of the best VPNs for streaming. Plus, you can torrent on any Surfshark server without needing a dedicated option. You'll want to check the full country list yourself for streaming, but if streaming is your main priority, then Surfshark is a great choice. And if that helped you make up your mind right now, remember to use that discount in the video description. Streaming content from anywhere is great, unless it's buffering. Along similar lines, if you're playing games with a VPN, then a 200+ millisecond latency isn't going to be doing you any favors. The good news is that Surfshark is great when it comes to speed, and it's comparable to the top 3 fastest VPNs in my testing. That might be because Surfshark uses the WireGuard protocol, which is the protocol that most of the fastest VPNs use. For most tasks, you'll likely forget that you're using a VPN. That was fast, wasn't it? Let's talk about some other features. For privacy and convenience, there are a couple of more features Surfshark has to offer. First off, for a few bucks a month, you can get a dedicated IP. You may or may not want this, but it's good to know it's there. If you want to be very careful about your digital trail, you get multi-hop. Some VPNs only route your traffic through one server. With Surfshark, you can add another node to the relay. And you can even customize your picks. If you want convenience, you can get a shared static IP address. If you're annoyed by having to log into everything again when you connect your VPN, then you might want this. Then there's Surfshark One, which is a slightly more expensive plan. It brings you 24/7 virus protection. It alerts you if your personal information shows up on the dark web. Plus, it gives you alternative ID, which lets you make up email addresses with ease. So say goodbye to spam with this feature. And finally, you get a nice ad blocker with any plan, although I doubt it'll replace your current choice. So all of the above is a pretty nice package with plenty of features. What's it going to cost you? Well, not much, as I mentioned when talking about the benefits of Surfshark earlier on, especially if you opt for the 2-year plan or even the annual plan. As I said, the monthly plan can get a bit pricey. But depending on your exact plan and the extras, you can be paying as little as $3 a month, which is practically a steal for a good quality VPN. And what are the plans? Well, there's Surfshark Starter, there's Surfshark 1, and there's Surfshark 1 Plus. If you just want a VPN, then Surfshark Starter is all you need. But if you want additional privacy tools on top of that, then 1 and 1 Plus are definitely worth a look, especially for the price. Whatever plan interests you, remember that the links in the video description will help you save even more money. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.